All right, what's up, everybody? This is the Zendikar Adventuring Party, and what we're gonna do is just take a look at my reactions to the spoilers that are gonna come up in here. I assume. Um, yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into it.
Planeswalkers that you're going to meet here on Zendikar. First up, we have Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients. 2 red-white. This card features Nahiri standing in front of a repaired sea gate. And it comes in this beautiful borderless treatment, featuring Nahiri descending into a cavern looking for an ancient core artifact. Next up, we have Jace Mirrormage, 1 blue. And here in this card, we've got Jace featured back-to-back with his illusion, who's acting as his bodyguard. This also comes in an amazing borderless treatment that features Jason as double, surrounded by vignettes of his adventures within the Skyclaves of Zendikar. Nissa is also here on Zendikar, and I'm really excited to show you these 2 pieces of art. In this one, she's descending a floating staircase of a Skyclave looking for something, and in this amazing piece of art, which would be on her borderless card, you can see Nissa exploring the wilds of Zendikar, looking hopeful as the land restores itself now that the Eldrazi are gone. I hope those planeswalkers help keep you company.
Mechanic that we are very excited to bring back in Zendikar Rising. In fact, let's check out a new card with Kicker, and that's Blood Chief's Thirst. Okay, Blood Chief's Thirst. This is a sorcery for 1 black mana, with Kicker, 2 and a black. You may pay an additional 2B as you cast this spell. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less. If the spell was kicked, instead destroy target creature or planeswalker.
So this card seems alright. For 1 mana, it gives you like the disfigure pretty much because it's gonna be CMC 2 mana or less. Disfigure is, I mean, it's an instant. This is probably more of a limited card. I don't think this is gonna see constructed play, but
Great in the early game for taking out small threats, fantastic in the late game for taking out anything. Kicker is awesome, and it gives you a ton of flexibility. Late in the game, you've got a lot of extra mana, dump it into some super powerful spells. That brings us to our other returning mechanic for Zendikar Rising. It's Landfall. Now, land is a major player on the plane of Zendikar. Look no further than the return of the famous Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra, 1 in a green, creature snake. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color.
okay, with the reprinting of Lotus Cobra, this is going to be insane, right? Like, ramp decks were already out of control, and then now we're going to even have the possibility to have more ramp. Cultivate comes in and gets you 2 mana back, so Cultivate essentially costs 1 mana now to get 2 lands out of your library. This card is definitely going to see a lot of play in every single ramp deck. This card's crazy. Yeah, let's keep going.
This snake has been fueling explosive green decks for years, and it's back for another go. Stop me. I'm going to show you another Landfall card. We're gonna do that. Commander players, listen up. This one might be very interesting for you. Introducing Omnath, Locus of Creation. That's right, Omnath is back and has spread into a 4th color with white. It's a legendary elemental. When Omnath Locus of Creation enters the battlefield, draw a card. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time, add 4 mana, a red, a green, a white, and a blue. If it's the third time, Omnath deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. And you can also collect Omnath in that gorgeous showcase frame.
Okay, now let's take a look at this. Omnath. Enters, you draw a card. Landfall. Okay, whenever a land enters, you gain 4 life. Second time, if a land enters this turn, you get 4 more mana. If it's the third time, it does 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. So, again, just pointing out Cultivate for an example. Cultivate is going to get you 4 life and 4 mana. Okay, that essentially makes Cultivate free with Omnath out. And you play your land for turn. Yeah, you play your land. Okay, so what's going to happen, right? Cultivate gets you a land. Gains 4 life. You play your land for turn. That gives you 4 mana. So essentially, with this out, Cultivate, it nets you 1 mana and 4 life for free, essentially. This card's bonkers.
The first mechanic I wanted to share with you is the party mechanic. It's aimed at making you feel like you're on an adventure with your friends. What you're going to do is get your 4 adventuring classes. You're going to want your warrior, your wizard, your rogue, and of course, what every party needs, your cleric.
Yeah, there we go. That's perfect.
And you get bonuses for having your party all together. Here, let's take a look at Shepherd of Heroes.
New cards. I'm always excited for this.
So with the Shepherd of Heroes, not only is it a 5 mana, 3/4 flyer, but when it comes into play, you get 2 life for each member of your party.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense.
So, party mechanic is interesting, I guess. Is it only going to count if you have a full party? Like it says for each member in your party, right? So you can have 1 of each, I assume, right? That'd be 8 life. Does it work for more than that? Like, can you have more than 1 of the same creature types for a party? Like, it'd be interesting. Maybe they should delve a little bit more into that. But it'd be interesting.
You know, the more party members you have, the more life you're going to be able to heal and save up because you got people to defend you and fight for you and heal you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's exactly what you'd expect a cleric on Zendikar to be doing. So next up, we see Acquisitions Expert. As a 1/2 rogue, it's a little creature, you know, it gets in there, it does a little bit of damage, but the great thing about it is the party mechanic here, you get to force your opponent to discard a card, and once again, if you have that full party, you're choosing from up to 4 different cards from their hand to make them discard 1.
Wow, that's so flavorful. I'm a big fan of that.
Tazri. You can see here, a 4/6 for 5 mana, that's alright. If you have a full party to cast Tazri, that's a 1 mana 4/6.
Okay, so reading this card, I think it does only count for 1 of each type. Like if you have a wizard, a warrior, a cleric, and a rogue. Because that would make this 4 less right here, and that would only cost 1 white mana. For an insane amount of mana, you can look at the top 6 cards of your library and reveal up to 2 cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard, or allies from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom in any order. Yeah, I don't think this is going to see play in standard. This is probably more a commander card. It's 5 colors. So I think they probably printed this with Commander in mind. I don't think this is a good card.
Creature.
Are there any other legendary creatures that we might be able to take a look at?
Yeah, let's take a look at Landfall. 3 mana, 3/3 flyer. Great to start off with. You can lock down one of their creatures as long as you have a full party, you know, turn after turn. That's so powerful.
Okay, so looking at Landfall's Shield of Seagate. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, choose target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Until your next turn, it can't attack, block, or activate abilities. Sacrifice Landfall. Choose hexproof or indestructible creatures you control. Gain that ability until end of turn. Okay, so the first ability seems really, really weak. You would have to have her, and then 3 other creatures out, and then you would just be able to tap down 1 creature. That doesn't seem very good for the value that party could potentially bring. Sacrifice Landfall. Choose hexproof or indestructible. That seems probably like the more played ability that she's going to see play for. Blue-white flyers, like obviously you just slot this right in. The ability to give hexproof or indestructible just at the sacrifice. That seems insane. Yeah, that seems like it fits in perfect with that deck.
Magic to be able to just choose one of your opponent's creatures and say, nope, timeout for you, sit over here.
That's fantastic. I mean, this is just so much fun. I love the way that you're incorporating that classic sense of adventure and gathering together with a group of friends to get out there with your band of like traveling companions. Really cool stuff.
In Zendikar Rising, party is not just for creatures, it's also on spells. Let's take a look at Spoils of Adventure. For 6 mana, 3 life and 3 cards, that's a pretty good deal. But if you have a full party, that'll be 2 mana for 3 life and 3 cards. That's amazing.
Wow, that is an insane...
Modal DFCs for short.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the modal piece of it is the front of the card and the back of the card, when you cast a modal DFC, you're just choosing which side you play, right? So in Zendikar, because Zendikar is all about land, the back of the cards, each in Zendikar, have a land, right? So for instance, Valakut Stoneforge comes into play tapped, and it taps for red. Now, in the late game, of course, you're probably not going to want that land. Then go ahead and cast Valakut Awakening and get a quick refresh on cards in your hand.
Okay, so a lot of people thought that this was going to be a double face card kind of thing, like where you would pick a side of a land and it would either tap for one land or would tap for the other. But this one actually has an instant on the back side. Put any number of cards from your hand to the bottom of your library and then draw that many cards plus one. That seems really good for 3, especially in red. Yeah, these cards seem like they can be pretty busted potentially. To have the option to have a land if you're short on lands in the early game or even in the late game, you need an extra land. The option to have an instant or maybe a sorcery, enchantment. Who knows what all they're going to put on here. That's crazy. This seems like a really, really good.
That flexibility is really great.
Yeah, that flexibility is great. It really changed the way that you can even build your deck now because you have these cards that function both as spells and lands.
We wanted to bring the new modal DFC mechanic to dual lands, right? And what we did is we introduced a cycle of pathway lands, Clearwater Pathway and Murkwater Pathway, tap for blue on one side, black on the other. And all you do is when you have them in your hand, you just say, hey, do I want blue mana? If you do, Clearwater Pathway. If you want black mana, Murkwater Pathway. Choose the side you play, put it out, no drawback, really amazing.
Yeah, that is insane. I love that. You really get the sort of like the ability to choose what color you...
I guess they don't come in tapped, so I mean... Meh.
Need in the moment, and the best part is no drawback, like you said.
Yeah, and so of course, when we're introducing this amazing cycle of pathway lands, we knew we needed to bring that awesome borderless treatment to them. The great thing here with 2 sides, you get 2 pieces of art on every card, totally borderless. It's so exciting. I'm just overjoyed to be bringing the cycle of pathway lands to Zendikar Rising.
How common are these going to be? How many booster packs do
I absolutely do. You know what? I can tell you about Booster Fun.
Ooh, yeah, please.
Let's start with the lands, because you and I know that players love the full art basics, and Zendikar has got those. You can get full art basics in the set boosters as well as draft booster packs. And if you happen to be someone who wants the foil full art lands, you can find these in collector boosters. There will be 1 foil full art basic in every collector booster pack.
Those all look great. Okay, what else can we look forward to in this set?
Well, there's so much to collect in Zendikar, and I think you're going to be really excited about this next part. Expeditions are coming back.
Expeditions! Yes, okay, awesome. I'm going to have to pick up all of those.
They are going to be back as box toppers, and any of the booster displays, you are going to be able to get Expedition box topper. So if it's a set booster display, draft booster display, you're going to get a non-foil Expedition card. And if you're getting a collector booster display box, you're going to get 2 non-foil Expedition cards.
What? 2 non-foil Expedition cards. Okay, that's amazing.
And if you're interested in getting a foil Expedition, those are exclusive to collector boosters.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Are they all lands?
Oh yeah. All 30 expeditions are lands, and 10 of them are allied and enemy fetch lands.
Oh, nice. You knew what I was going to ask.
Jeez.
Oh, wow. These look beautiful.
Yeah, they do look
I mean,
really
check
good.
these out.
Can we just see some more?
Oh, of course. Let's see. Here is Morphic Pool.
Yes. Oh, I love
They're
it.
gonna do all the
And
battle
then
block
check
lands,
out
too.
Prismatic Vista. So these frames are inspired by the core Skyclaves of Zendikar Rising. And the final one that I'm going to show you for our Eternal players is Wasteland.
Wasteland.
Nice. Okay.
First up, we have an axe.
Somebody's getting the axe, huh?
That's right. Coming this winter, we are going to Kaldheim. So this is Magic's Viking World. We've seen glimpses of it before. We got a whole set coming to kick off 2021.
Amazing. All right.
I wonder if they're going to go down the Norse mythology sort of Viking thing, like they did with the newest God of War game. That'd be definitely interesting.
I think I was a Viking in another life, so into this.
Let's see here. Next up, this is a scroll of sorts.
Next up, we are going back to school with Strixhaven. So this is the most elite magical university in the multiverse, and it consists of these 5 colleges that are kind of battling it out with their own takes on magic, and it's a set unlike anything we've...
So, is this Harry Potter? Is this what we're doing? Is this the Goblet of Fire? Is this the Triwizard Cup? I mean, what is it? I mean, cool.
done before. Pretty cool.
Very, very cool.
Awesome.
And what is inside here? But, whoa, a gelatinous cube.
An all food-based set.
Next up, we have a pretty epic collaboration, a long time in the making, and to tell you a little more, we have a special guest.
Hi,
Hey, Mark. Well, I am very excited to be here to help you announce the collaboration that we have all been waiting for. Dungeons and Dragons is coming to the Magic Multiverse.
That's right.
No way!
Yep. This is a full black bordered standard legal set in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. We're calling it Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. We could not be more excited for this.
For over 45 years, Dungeons and Dragons has been the premier tabletop role-playing game, and we are finally bringing our brands together for a full-fledged card set that both D&D and Magic players will not want to miss.
Thank you so much, Shelley. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Shelley.
Bye.
A D&D flavored set. I mean, we already know that they had like the D&D set books with the Dungeons and Dragons, like to get to play those storylines, like the Ravnica books and stuff. So doing it the other way around seems pretty cool. I mean, I personally myself enjoy D&D quite a lot. So yeah, I'm excited. Sounds great.
Bye.
Okay, well, there's something else in here that looks pretty interesting, and I think I know where this one's going. Tell me more about this, Mark. I can take a guess, but I think I know what's up.
Yeah, if all that weren't enough, we are rounding out the year by going back to my favorite plane. This is Innistrad. So we've had so many ideas for how to bring back that kind of classic Innistrad feeling. Fun stuff with werewolves, fun stuff with vampires. We actually couldn't fit it all in one set, so we're doing 2 Innistrad sets. 2 full-sized sets. The first one really focuses on werewolves, and the second one is more focused on vampires, and I've even heard rumors of a vampire wedding.
Wow.
So if that sounds interesting to you, yeah, tune in at the end of next year.
No Italian food at that wedding.
That definitely does interest me. Mark, one of my favorite parts of Magic each year are these specialized sets. Is there anything you can tell us about that?
Yeah, we got some cool stuff. We are doing a little thing we're calling Time Spiral Remastered. We took a look at the entire Time Spiral block, and we kind of distilled them into a brand new draft experience. So it pulls cards from all 3 of those into a new way to play. If you were around originally for Time Spiral, this is a great way to dive back in and see those cards again. If you weren't around, this is your chance.
Okay, let me say first off, Time Spiral was a busted set. Okay, so the fact that they are remastering it lets us know that they know that it's a busted set. Okay, so drafting with it seems cool. I don't know if it's going to be an arena exclusive thing, or maybe they're going to actually physically print this. But like that seems crazy. I wonder if all those cards are going to go to historic, because I mean they did Amonkhet remastered, right? So I mean maybe Time Spiral remastered. Weird. I don't know.
To experience it. So a really unique experience, a fun product. And we decided to do one special thing in the spirit of Time Spiral and time travel and kind of retro love. We're putting 1 card in each of these boosters that appears in the original border. So these look like old Magic cards. We get asked about this all the time, and we said this is the place to do it. Time Spiral Remastered, 1 per pack. Some very cool looking cards.
That is super cool.
I love it.
Okay, anything else?
So speaking of things that fans are asking for, there's another thing that we know you want, we hear you, and it's the fetches. So next year we're doing Modern Horizons 2. It's Modern Horizons 1 was a ton of fun. We loved it. We hope you all loved it. We're bringing it back for a sequel, so a lot of the same kind of energy from Modern Horizons 1 is returning, and I can officially confirm that the 5 enemy fetches are in this set. They're in boosters. Modern Horizons.
You heard it right here. Fetch is confirmed. Late next year.
Horizons 2 featuring the enemy fetches. You've heard it here first.
All
Super
right.
sweet, yes.
About time as well. Okay, something else in this treasure chest makes me a little curious. What is this?
That time for a shoe-themed set, right?
I seen a couple people talking about these shoes yesterday on Facebook. They seem really cool. I don't think I'm personally going to get a pair, but they look pretty
I wish. We're not quite there yet. I'm working on them. We are doing something fun with shoes, though. We teamed up with our friends at K-Swiss, and we worked with them to create an exclusive Jace shoe that you're holding there.
What?
Yeah, so you can see some of the details, the colors, the patterns. All of that is particular to Jace. We're super beautiful. A lot of great detail. And also they glow in the dark. Did I mention that? They glow in the dark.
I could have used this like 2 minutes ago.
Also, it's cool. Those shoes are actually available right now. So there's a very small limited number. They're going to go very quickly. So if you're interested, act fast. I think there's a URL, and try to get in on those Jaces. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to adventure into a pair of those.
Whoa.
What? Mark, what does this mean?
Presumably means it's time to talk about Secret Lair.
Ooh.
Yeah, what would Secret Lair be without some surprises? So, surprise, we're going to announce a new drop right now. In 2 days, it's September 3rd. As everyone knows, Yargle Day, every Magic fan's favorite holiday of the year. Our chance to celebrate the greatest frog spirit of them all.
Yargle Day, because Yargle's a 9/3, September 3rd.
So we're doing a special drop to celebrate Yargle in all his glory. So stand by. That's available in 2 days. Yargle Day coming 9/3.
Whoa.
Ah!
There's actually one other interesting thing we're doing with Secret Lair coming up. Jimmy, why don't you take one more look inside the box?
Okay.
Jimmy, watch out!
Woof. The Walking Dead? Oh my gosh, it's Bicycle Girl as a walker token. Stay tuned for more exciting news on
The Walking Dead. Really? I mean, hadn't that show died off like 5 years ago? Like, does anybody even still watch The Walking Dead? Oh, goodness.
Secret Lair and The Walking Dead coming soon.
So yeah, that has been all the spoilers that we got for the upcoming set and the upcoming year. It looks like it's going to be a fun and entertaining year. The Walking Dead thing got me for a little bit, but yeah, this will definitely be fun. So go ahead and leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think of what was revealed, or tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. Let me know if you want me to do any more reaction videos in the future, because I can always do that too. This is MTGenius, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.